Well, we were talking about this horrific thing that happened in Waukesha, Wisconsin. And Mike Adams says a deranged Trump-hating black man, clearly radicalized by the left-wing media, plowed his SUV at high speed through a crowd of children and adults who were carrying out a Christmas parade. My bad, I did not know we had Christmas parades in November. I think we're starting off Christmas a little too early in this country, but it's all about the money, you know. So far, 5 are reported dead and 40 injured. The scene was horrifying. It shows that CNN, or Communist News Network, and other left-wing media journal terrorists are succeeding at pushing their race war narrative. They're trying to get blacks and whites to attack each other with violence so they can cause America to erupt into a mass violence and chaos. We must be careful not to take that bait. We must call for peace as we join hands with those around us, standing up against tyranny and left-wing media, big tech censorship, big pharma genocide. And then he says, see the summary of coverage of today's story. I'll leave the link in the description box to that video so that you can go and get some other information that I'm not going to give you here, but I'm going to give you something else that falls lockstep with this. And that is in USA Today, or the USA media, the Purge of Patriotism. Biden prepares to expel 376,000 troops and braces for armed rebellion. Here he is, whatever he is. Let's go, Brandon. At the end of September 1945, the world breathed a sigh of relief as the death and destruction of the war finally and formally came to an end. When the dust settled, as many as 85 million souls has been laid to rest, mostly civilians, and a new world order has been formed by the Allied powers destined to control the trajectory of geopolitics to the present day, also called United Nations. Of the millions lost, America escaped at least bloodied, with estimated total casualties recorded to be 419,400. These were dads, moms, sons, and daughters, their life all cut short by the violence of hell and the evil of man's heart. It is hard to believe that similar number of soldiers are right now facing the prospect of forced removal from the U.S. military for refusing to get, Last weekend, I spoke with several active-duty military officers, and amongst the shocking details they shared was the exact number of troops that they had elected not to roll the dice with their lives, 376,925. Almost 377,000 soldiers across all branches have made the brave decision to defy orders from Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, the guy with the lipstick. Well, you can put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. Right, Lloyd Austin. To become fully vaccinated. And by doing so, they have set in motion a coalition caused between President Biden's Marxist military brass and their dreams of faithfully and dutifully serving their country. They're not serving their country, they're serving Satan. We are incredibly naive, however, to characterize their refusal as simply being medical and the decision to remove them simply being about safety. It's no coincidence that the majority of those refusing are Christians, vote Republican, and espouse conservative political values. Yeah, let me inject to this. If you are a liberal voting for the Democratic Party, do not come and tell me that you are a Christian. You are a hypocrite. You're not a Christian. You cannot vote for an anti-God party, which the Democrats are and has been from the inception in this country. They are steeped into worshipping the other part, Satan. They are the founder of Ku Klux Klan, in case you didn't know. They're also the only party or the only group of people who refuse to abolish slavery. Yeah, the Democrats. And if you are pro-life and you're voting for the Democrats, just simply just say, you're an idiot. Because that's what the Democrats is all about. That is to kill, so they don't themselves get killed by those who are awake. This is why they're doing all this. So what the COVIDians has attempted to sell as a policy of due diligence is in reality the perfect ploy to purge the ranks of the culture which won World War II. The thoughts that birthed a nation where believers could unabashedly worship our Creator and expel critical thinkers and patriots who may think twice if ordered to massacre Americans. Exactly. That's why they want to get rid of the military so they can move in the UN soldiers and the Chinese soldiers, because they wouldn't think twice about shooting at us. But they will have a hard time making true American patriots shoot at their own people. I can assure you that. They're going to turn their guns around and shoot those who are giving the orders. Rightfully so. And so should they do. And this is the appropriate time to share a second shocking report relayed to me by a concerned military officer. The Pentagon just showed a PowerPoint slide with the warning that the mass removal of troops could cause an armed rebellion. Well, here it is. In order to disarm a nation, we need to dismantle the patriotic military. We also need to defund the police. And then the patriots got no backup from the troops because they're no longer there. And they got no backup from the police because they're no longer there. So it will be a much easier task for those who want to attack a patriot in doing so, because the resistance will be less. But it will still be substantial, but they will have superiority on that. This is why they're doing it in this succession. And also by firing our first responders and our heroes in the hospitals, there will be less people to help and rescue and give aid to, so that the death toll in itself there would be much higher, because there will be no qualified personnel to tend to not casualties, but to wounded and injured patriots. You see, it's pretty smart. So the war which birthed this nation was an armed rebellion against a tyrannical king who has lost touch with his subjects. Yeah, because the British soldiers, they just stayed in their houses. There was absolutely no government. None. The British weren't giving shots, but did shoot many American civilians in Boston for daring to protest injustice. They didn't carry out a quarantine, but did place many U.S. cities under siege and limited the passage of people who didn't have the right papers or proof of submission to the crown. Does that ring a bell? Like in Germany? Papierenbitte. 1776 is starting to quickly resemble 2021, but at an exponentially faster pace and with deeper concentration of demons circling. Yeah. Let us pray we don't play into the hands of the tyrants and Machiavellians who seek to artificially and prematurely start a violent revolution, which may undoubtedly tear this country to shreds. But let us also pray that we don't forget the decisive and necessary action and the cost of blood paid by generations of old and new to guarantee you and me the right to write, read, meditate on these words of resistance. And that was exactly what he was talking about here. The Communist News Network and the rest of the journal terrorists that is propping you with lies and BS on TV daily. It's all lies what is coming out of your news tube. All of it is a lie. There's actually pretty much only one news station left, but it's not American. I think it's Indian. It's called WION, Vion, and they are freaking telling the truth. They're saying it's downright straight up what is going on. They're not putting any fingers in between. They don't care about people's hurt feelings. They are saying exactly what needs to be said. Go look them up. Very interesting stuff. Here lately, what was it, in 7 days, 10 very deadly explosions in China, and no one bloody know what's going on. And Communist News Network and the rest of the journal terrorists here in the US, they're not mentioning that with a shred. But that's some serious stuff. People freaking die. Many wounded. And bombs just going off. Left and right in China right now. What's going on over there? And China, they don't talk. But nevertheless, Vion have footage of it. This is weird. Legal steroid turning men into beasts even without the gym. Not happening. In order to build muscle tissue, you have to break the fibers in your muscle tissue to build new muscle. Period. So you can't get like this by eating a pill. Bunch of crap. What is all this? It looks like it's done, the article. Yep, that was it. All kinds of junk here. So there you have it, people. So hold the line, for the fight for our nation's survival has just begun. So for the last decade, I have told you again and again and again and again, and I have told you a million times. They want to kill you. It is really that simple. If you can just take reference in just that, if we just for a second, which we can't, but let's just play with the thought. If we leave God and Satan out of this, right? These people still want to kill you. This is a battle between the good and the evil. Good is those who are believing in our Creator. And bad are those governments around the planet, which are the biggest mass murderers of all time. Yeah. And the most murderous regimes until this day are the communists. They have combined murdered over 300 million dissidents, as they call them, or people who did not bow down to their ungodly decrees. Russia, China, Cambodia, Vietnam, North Korea, Cuba, Venezuela, Chile, Peru, Congo in Africa, Idi Amin, that kind of people. Over 300 million people murdered. Murdered. And our sitting Democratic Party are communists. So what does that leave you? It's simple. Every single one of you and me out here, even you liberal fools, you have a target on your back. You understand that? As I've said for a decade, they want to kill us. Every one of you and me have a target on our back. Okay? Also front and the sides, because these people will come from any angle in order to kill you. They might have one on top of your head too. Drone strikes. Every one of you, even your children, have a target on their back. And thankfully, we are not sitting ducks in this nation. Thanks to our founding fathers who made the Second Amendment. And most importantly, our First Amendment. That we have the right to speak until we're forced to shut up, which leaves us with only one choice left, and that is utilizing Second Amendment in order to regain the First Amendment. If we lose our Second Amendment, no, can't say it like that, but if you lose the ability to use the Second Amendment, you're dead. You will not make it. You cannot bring a knife to a gunfight. Not in the modern day of age here. It cannot be done. Back in the settlers' days, in the old Wild West, you might have been able to, but not today. Today you have to have a firearm of sorts. It's a must. And when the so-called pandemic started, the sales of weapon and ammunition skyrocketed 275%. It was like God told every single one of us here in this country, the time has come. You need to be able to protect yourself now. They're coming for you. That was the Holy Spirit that made the Americans do that. And a crap load of women are first-time gun owners, and they usually have always been a little reluctant to possess a firearm, or even firing a firearm on a range or, out on the farm. But today, I would think twice about getting against a woman on the street. You might just turn around and put a 9mm in your face. How about that? It's a good thing. And as Mike is saying in this, he's saying that we must all be careful not to take that bait. We must all call for peace as we join hands with those around us, standing up against the tyranny of left-wing media, big tech, censorship, and big pharma genocide. And our government. Foremost. They are the real danger to us. There you have it. So have a good look at this piece of whatever. That's a communist. But he is not the one who's running this country. Everybody's saying his handlers are running the country. No. Barack Hussein Obama is running the country. Barack Hussein Obama has been president since 2008. Oh, what about Trump? I don't give a shit what you say. Trump is one of them. Period. Trump was used to Make every patriot show their face in this country. Now they know exactly who they are. And now they know exactly who to attack. You see, Trump, he is very much for the alien agenda. He's very excited about it. I'm not. I see a UFO, someone comes out of that UFO, I shoot to kill. Period. I'm going to put them down like the filthy dogs they are. They're not your friends. No matter how pretty they make themselves look. No matter how special they make you feel. And what special stuff they can tell you. Oh, we got the cure for cancer. We got the cure for all diseases. We're here to help. Just like in this TV show V. And then they turn on us. That's what they are. Shoot them. Kill them. Burn them. Don't bury them. They don't deserve that. Period. This is a battle. And it's not against flesh and blood. It's against principalities in high places, not of this earth. So put all the armor of God on you, because the battle is coming. This fellow kept saying during the presidential election period, it's going to be a dark winter. He kept saying that. So he already had foreknowledge of what was planned. As long as you can, stock up, but leave something behind for other people too. Don't think about yourself only. Be ready, prepare. And may God be with you. God bless you.